5:30.
I guess we don't have any meteorologist in the room that could wave a wand real quick.
That's new Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman talking about this cold blast that arrived just in time for today's inauguration ceremonies in Frankfort. Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. We'll have much more on the inauguration in a moment, but that cold air has turned rain to snow across eastern Kentucky tonight, and roadways, especially in the higher elevations, are getting slick. Chief Meteorologist Paige Noel has more on what to expect later this evening on this severe weather alert day. Paige?
Steve, those higher elevations definitely having issues. We just found out that Highway 421 that's over Pine Mountain, that Harlan County side, has been shut down due to wrecks and just some very slick road conditions. Now we have video right now of US 119. That's the other side of Pine Mountain in Whitesburg. Still slick up there. I think we're seeing people still traveling on it, but you see snow starting to stick to the roadways, so definitely be careful if you're headed out tonight traveling up on those higher elevations. Once again, 421 in Harlan County shut down for now, but if you're in the valleys like us here in Hazard, we're looking pretty good. Just some wet roadways, not dealing with the snow on the roadways. Snow only sticking to the grass and of course those cars and higher elevations. But we've seen that rain transitioning to snow over the past several hours, and now we're starting to see just a little bit of a break in some spots, but still hanging on to those snow showers for a lot of us. But like we've been saying throughout the past 24 hours, those higher elevations definitely gonna have to keep a close eye on as we head into the rest of tonight and as we head into those early morning hours. I'll tell you how much snow to expect coming up in just a little bit.
All right, as you can see at the bottom of your screen already, a few closings and delays for tomorrow. That list will probably grow throughout the evening. You can also find those on WYMT.com. The Commonwealth of Kentucky now has a new governor and lieutenant governor. Just hours ago, Governor Andy Beshear and Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman took the public oath of office at the Capitol in Frankfort. That's where WYMT's Will Puckett begins our coverage tonight. Will?
Steve, the state capitol is blue once again, quite literally tonight, as the lights that surround it have been made that Kentucky blue shade. It was a chilly day here in Frankfort today as we minted our new and 63rd governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. And during his nearly 17-minute speech, it was a very hopeful message that better days are ahead for the Commonwealth. Governor Andy Beshear, as of midnight this morning, became the first father-son duo, along with his father Steve, to serve as governors of Kentucky. Governor Beshear's 63's message was about forging on, turning a tide in Kentucky where everyone works together. Beshear's faith was attacked on the campaign trail. Today, he made it a point, along with his wife and children, to paint out their faith as strong. And when he said that and what followed it, he received his loudest response of the afternoon.
My faith teaches me to treat others with dignity and respect. My faith also teaches me forgiveness. That's why on Thursday I will sign an executive order restoring voting rights to over 100,000 men. To over 100,000 men and women who have done wrong in the past but are doing right now. They deserve
A nearly 20-second applause, as you heard there, and more applause was followed as he continued to paint out his administration's plans for public education. Steve, there hasn't been an update in that. We'll have much more on that here at 5:30 and later on at 6. For now, outside the state capitol in Frankfort, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
All right, Will, thank you. Just after the swearing in, Governor Beshear opened the doors to the state capitol for an open house. As Nick Oliver tells us, it's a move Governor Beshear has been talking about since he started his campaign.
In the weeks leading to inauguration, Governor Andy Beshear said the events would be geared towards the people of Kentucky. And one of those events is opening up the Capitol to anybody that wants to come inside.
Welcome to your Capitol.
In a move seeking transparency and Andy Beshear's message that Capitol belongs to the people, the doors were opened. Many came in for an up-close and personal look at the governor, others to celebrate Kentucky and to take in views of the Capitol they may have never seen before.
The last time I was here, they locked the doors on us. They wouldn't let us in. So now the public will know that they can come here and be welcome.
So we've come in and we've got our pictures taken with First Lady, Governor Beshear and the First Lady.
I think Governor Beshear made note that the Capitol was now open to all Kentuckians, and I think everyone felt that throughout the state.
The doors to the Capitol have since shut as they prepare for the Grand March. That will happen at 7 o'clock. In Frankfort, Nick Oliver, WKYT.
And Governor Beshear has a full schedule for the rest of the evening. Tonight at 8, the governor, lieutenant governor, and all other statewide elected officials will be officially introduced at that Grand March in the Rotunda. And from 9 until midnight, people will be partying into the evening at 2 different inaugural balls on the Capitol grounds. All of these events are free and open to the public. And now we want to go back to that threat of snow. Laurel County, one area that saw some snow today, and road conditions are being impacted. Meteorologist Megan James is there with more on how to stay safe if you have to get out.
Snow and cold conditions are expected throughout southeastern Kentucky. Because of that, law enforcement has a few things they want you to keep in mind.
What we recommend, number one, is that you make sure that your vehicle is roadworthy. And the things that we see a vehicle have problems with are tires, hoses, and belts. And those are the easiest things to check. If you keep those in good shape and make sure that your vehicle is roadworthy, then that's step number one.
Step number 2 is to scrape off your windshield and windows. Then when you are ready to hit the road, take it slow.
You've got to slow down for snow and ice. There's no vehicles, even four-wheel drives, that can go on snow and ice as well as they can on dry pavement.
Achardo says that slowing down can prevent a lot of accidents from happening. Paying close attention to the changing road conditions can too, especially on back roads, bridges, and overpasses.
You can be driving along on dry pavement and pop around a curve or top a hill crest, and there's water on the roadway that's frozen, and sometimes it's black ice and it don't look like it's slick, but it is slick. So you just need to be aware that things out there are going to get slick tonight.
On top of everything else, make sure to buckle up and stay safe. In London, meteorologist Megan James, WKYT.
Deputy Achardo also says if you see any road crews out salting or scraping, make sure to slow down and give them room to work. And again, we want to repeat something we told you about earlier, those higher elevations getting slick right now. And we are told that 421 over Pine Mountain in Harlan County is closed due to slick road conditions and maybe some fender benders. Of course, we'll keep you updated throughout the night, but again, the higher elevations getting slick right now. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, has released its annual Arctic report card detailing the effects of climate change, signed to say ice in the Arctic is melting at an alarming rate as a result of climate change. According to the agency's annual report card, average temperatures in the Arctic were the second hottest recorded since 1900, when record-keeping began.
There's less and less snow, and there's less and less ice. And that means trouble, not only us hunting and fishing, but the animals that we depend on.
New research also finds Greenland's ice sheet is melting 7 times faster than in the 1990s. The ice loss could contribute to widespread coastal flooding in years to come. Police in New Zealand believe 8 people still unaccounted for died when a volcano erupted Monday. That would bring the number of dead to 14. 47 people, including 9 Americans, were on the island, popular with tourists, when it erupted. Rescuers say survivors ran into the sea to escape the scalding steam and ash and emerged covered in burns. Crews have put a pause on recovery efforts due to a 50-50 chance that the volcano will erupt again. After numerous calls and Facebook messages to the Lilly Fire and Rescue Department in Laurel County, they want everyone to know that they are not closing. A for sale sign recently changed to a realtor sign, and that had the community concerned that there would no longer be a fire department in Lilly. Turns out they are just expanding. Deputy Chief Steve Walker says this is a good problem to have, seeing how hard it is to keep volunteer firefighters around.
We're growing, and the county here is growing with more population and more businesses. So our department has had to grow to meet those needs of the public.
The Lilly Fire Department currently has 35 active volunteer firefighters. The location for the new station has been purchased. We'll have more on that coming up at 11. But here on Mountain News at 5:30 after the break, what's old is new again. How one store is saluting schools that no longer exist.
If you're headed out to Mountain Classic tonight, temperatures and snow showers continue to fall as we head into tonight. I'll have more on that coming up in just a little bit.
Coming up, I'm Marianne Fletcher, and I'll introduce you to Ralph Gabbard Memorial Broadcast Scholarship recipient, Faith Fairchild.